Yo, man, what is going on? How you doing? This is your man B-La Soul, aka B-La, aka part 2 of this All-Star Game conundrum, man. We are on to the Western Conference. If you did not see the first video about the Eastern Conference players, go ahead and click that link. I'll have that in the description and probably in the little title card shits at the end. You know, all the YouTube shit. But whatever, man. We are in here to do the Western Conference version. This is a quick little rundown of how I did this. Once again, obviously the game is not going to be split up between Eastern and Western Conference players. It's going to be 2 captains who pick their teams. If I didn't say it in the last video, I think that's going to be Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Could be LeBron, could be James Harden, maybe. Never know. The way we break this down is 6 guards, 7 forwards / centers. And yeah, man, let's not waste no more time. Let's get to it. I'm gonna go off with the guards, and we will start with the starters first. Starting at guard, James Harden, Houston Rockets. No-brainer pick here. James Harden is a league leading scorer. Has been for the last couple of years. Averaging 37 a game. People are wondering if he could push it up to 40. I think at this point in the season it's a little late to try to push it up to 40. But hey, you never know. He could go on one of those runs where he scores 55 times in a row. You never know. So yeah, congrats to James. This will be his 8th All-Star game. Let's go to the next one. Starting at guard, Luka Doncic, Dallas Mavericks. Again, another no-brainer. Luka has shined in a way that I never thought he could, and most people thought he couldn't this quick. The man's a walking triple-double in a different way than Russ was during his run for the last couple of years. The dude has the Mavs in the playoffs. I didn't think that they were going to be a playoff team this year, even with how amazing he showed he was last year. Pretty much 30 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists every night. Easily an all-star starter in any conference in any year. So congrats to Luka. This will be his first game and first start. Let's go ahead to the next one. Coming off the bench at guard, Devin Booker, Phoenix Suns. I am so excited for this. They can't hold my boy anymore. They can't do it anymore. Devin Booker, I feel, has gotten snubbed the last 2 years. You can't do it anymore. He's put up 25 again. Jimmy's not in the Western Conference. You can't put that on him. CJ's not in his way. There's no one in his way now. Devin Booker is going to be an all-star this year. I don't care what the Suns are doing. 26 points a game, 6.5 assists. You can't say anything anymore this year. Devin Booker is an all-star. Congrats to my boy D-Book on your first game. Off the bench, at point guard, Russell Westbrook, Houston Rockets. Man, as much as this team has struggled, and I mean, a team that's 10 games over 500, that's struggling. I'm pretty sure a lot of teams like to struggle like that, but the Rockets have struggled. They lost earlier today even. Russell Westbrook is still an all-star, man. You put him on any other team, put him with the highest scoring person in the league, you put him with the best scorer of the generation, you put him with one of the best two-ways in the league. Either way, he's going to do what he does. Russ is averaging 25, 8, and 7, so no longer averaging triple-double, which, I mean, no one really thought that was going to continue. I think Russ, for the most part, was trying to prove a point with all of that for the last couple of years, but he's trying to do what it takes to win there. Works most nights, some nights doesn't. Hasn't worked a lot lately. We're not here to talk about that. 25, 8, and 7. Russ is an all-star. This is his 9th game. Think about that. Russell Westbrook is in his 9th all-star game. Congrats to Russ, man. Let's go to the next one. At point guard off the bench, Damian Lillard, Portland Trail Blazers. And this is one thing that Dame has to celebrate, because this has not been a good year in Portland. For the most part, it's been injuries. Those injuries have led to what has been disappointing efforts on defense yet again, and the offense is actually not being as good as it normally is. Dame's still doing what he does every night. Dame is averaging 27 points, still putting up regular Dame numbers, so he's gonna get his all-star nod, but I'm pretty sure he would trade in that all-star nod for some more wins and to be in the playoffs, which mathematically right now he is not. But congratulations to Dame, 5th game of his career. Let's go ahead to the next spot, and the final spot for guards in the Western Conference. Coming off the bench at shooting guard, Donovan Mitchell, Utah Jazz. Man, congrats to Donovan Mitchell, man. Nobody thought when he was drafted at, I believe it was 13th by Denver and then traded to Utah on draft night. I don't think anybody saw all-star out of this guy. I mean, when I used to watch him at Louisville, I thought he was strong, kind of Russ in a way. Back at Louisville, he came close last year. I believe he got snubbed. Can't deny him this year, dude. two guards that are going to be making their first game this year, you cannot deny. There are other options, of course. Chris Paul is an option because he's gotten the Thunder in the playoffs right now as we speak. I think Ja Morant is an option. I think Ja Morant has a real case being an all-star game. One spot left. Ja's not there just yet. And I think Donovan deserves it a little more than Chris Paul, even though Chris is doing great things down there at OKC with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the rest of that team. Congrats to Donovan. Donovan's averaging 24 points a game. He's got Utah as a top 4 seed once again. So congrats to him, man. First All-Star game. Let's go ahead and move it over to the forward/center spots. Starting at small forward, Kawhi Leonard, Los Angeles Clippers. The forward spots, I mean, I'll go through them, but the forward spots I feel are pretty obvious. LA runs the big spots here. First spot is going to go to Kawhi. Kawhi's putting up another great year. 27, 7, and 5 assists. Still locked down on defense. Still haunting LeBron's dreams and pretty much my dreams at that point. Team is struggling a little bit. They're not winning as much as you would like, but they're going to be right there, obviously. Kawhi's having another great year, and he deserves a spot in the starting lineup. Congrats to Kawhi, who is making his 4th All-Star game. Starting at power forward/center, Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers. Another gimme, man. AD is in LA, Tinseltown, and purple and gold, and he has been a godsend this year. Got him out of New Orleans. They traded the farm for him, and it looked like it was worth it because LA is still holding on to the top spot in the conference. Not the best record in the league. Milwaukee holds that right now, but top spot in the conference. AD is dealing with a butt bruise right now. Without a doubt, he is going to be an all-star. Averaging 27 points, 9 rebounds. He's in the MVP conversation. This will be his 7th all-star game. So congrats to AD, and let's go ahead to the final starting spot. We all know who we're talking about here. Starting at power forward, LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers. Like I said, LA runs the big spots for the starting lineup. LeBron has, I'm not going to say transformed his game, but definitely done what he deems necessary to help this team win. They've been doing that. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, leading the league in assists, just proving that he can do literally anything. Most importantly, he's got the Lakers on top. Congrats to LeBron. This will be his 16th All-Star game, reaching that rarefied air of Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Got more All-Star games than Michael Jordan played seasons in the NBA at this point. So let's go to the reserves for the forward/center spot. Coming off the bench at center, Karl Anthony Towns, Minnesota Timberwolves. There is some talk of him possibly not even being in the game, and I don't see how. Cat is, and I've said this ever since he's been in the league, Karl Anthony Towns is a generational talent. Like, that's one of those guys that you don't see every generation. 7 feet tall, a legit center, can come off of screens to hit threes, moving off screens, and has won the skills competition before. Name an NBA center you've seen that from. I'll stop you right here. You haven't seen that before. Karl's averaging 26 points, 11 rebounds. His team is currently not in the playoffs once again. I think some of that responsibility comes down on him, but at the end of the day, this is an all-star game. Karl Anthony Towns is an all-star player. I feel like we should just leave it at that. This would be his 3rd game, so congrats to Cat. Coming off the bench at small forward, Paul George, Los Angeles Clippers. This is a spot I feel like easily deserved. Paul George, still one of the best two-ways in the league, playing with the other best two-way in the league. Had a slow start, or not even a slow start, had a no start for the first 10 games. Came back, and he's doing what he does, man. And he's doing it very efficiently. PG is averaging 23 points, 6 rebounds, which seems statistically like a down year because last year I believe he was averaging up like 28 at one point. But he's doing it in 30 minutes of playing time. Like, he's not playing a lot of minutes to get these numbers. That's one of the things that I like out of a lot of players that we've talked about in this video and in the last. He's not playing a lot of minutes. Like, per 36, his numbers are off the charts. And per 30, that's impressive. This will be PG's 7th game. Congratulations to him. And let's go ahead to the next spot. Coming off the bench at center, Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets. Jokic, man, he is still one of the wonders of the NBA. Still the best passing big. Still exciting to see every night. I like seeing him. He might be the slowest all-star in history, but he is an all-star nonetheless. Jokic is at 19.5 points a game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. He seems like he's kind of plateaued at that. I don't think we'll ever see Jokic being like a 25-point-a-game scorer or anything like that. but basically 2010 and 6, any team in the NBA would pay millions and millions to get that on their team. So this will be Jokic's second game of his career, second year in a row he's made it. Congrats to Big Yo. Now we're gonna move on to the final spot of the Western Conference, and there are a lot of people that could have come up for this. I have another tie, guys, and you guys make your pick of who you feel it's gonna be. I feel this spot comes down to two people. That would be Brandon Ingram of the New Orleans Pelicans and Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. If you ask me, I'm going to go with Brandon Ingram. 25 points a game. This team isn't winning as much, but if that was the case, you know, I'm just going to put this out here. If making an All-Star game depended on your team winning, we would never have seen Vince Carter or Tracy McGrady in an All-Star game, ever. I'm just going to put that out. Making an All-Star game required winning, we never would have seen Baron Davis in an All-Star game. If making an All-Star game required winning, we would have never seen Cat in an All-Star game yet. I get it, you know, you want to reward winning, but that's how you end up with 4 Pistons in the All-Star game one year when they won a championship. Granted, that was a championship team, and that's how you end up with 4 Atlanta Hawks in a game when Kyle Korver, why is Kyle Korver making an All-Star team? Love Kyle Korver, but Kyle Korver's not an All-Star player. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's where I'm going. Rudy's had a great year on my fantasy team. Thank you very much. He is averaging his normal 15 points, 13 boards, 3 blocks. I'm going to give it to the young guy. Like I said, I'm a fan of giving first-year players their game. And I think Brandon Ingram deserves it. He got out of LA and he is thriving in a way that people were basically waiting for him to do. Because all of this that he's doing this year, we saw glimpses of last year, but it got shadowed by him playing next to LeBron, and obviously that wasn't a good fit. He's playing with Lonzo on his own, and he's thriving right now. So congrats to all the All-Stars that we've talked about. Congrats, hopefully, to Brandon Ingram. Let me know if there's anybody I left out. I know we haven't talked about Chris Paul, a couple other names out there we haven't talked about, but that's just how I see it. Hopefully nobody that's really, really deserving gets snubbed this year. Shout out to Lance Stevenson that one year. I feel like you should have made the All-Star game that year, Lance. I'm sorry, bro. You should have been in the All-Star game that year. You got hold. So let me know how you like that video. Tell me if I'm stupid. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you don't give a shit about basketball and want me to get back to music. Yeah, man, let me know what's going on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this. And peace. I'm out. It's B-Live.